If a game promises no wrong choices, doesn't it also mean that by definition it promises no right choices either? Here is my quick review of Slay the Princess. Developed by Black Tabby Games and released in 2023 for Windows, Linux and Mac OS, Slay the Princess is a surprisingly hard game to describe. At first glance you might think it's a visual novel about a hero on a quest to slay a princess, but this doesn't even begin to cover what you can expect from this game. Let me say this right now, there is exactly zero chance you will predict what this game is actually about. I played a lot of games in my life and Slay the Princess has never ceased to surprise me at every corner.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Things start simple enough. On your path to the princess, you control a character simply referred to as the hero, who's accompanied by two voices, voice of the hero and the narrator. You might choose to question your own role in all of this, or you might question the narrator's motives, but sooner or later you will face the princess, and you might even be given an option of slaying her.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
And let me quickly add something, this is not a spoiler, nothing in this review goes beyond the first 20 minutes of this 3-hour game. And that's the beauty of Slay the Princess. The initial premise is only the first chapter of this story.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life.
About 80 different outcomes, split into 10 different routes, and quite frankly, absurd amount of choices means no playthrough is the same. And that's not all. You also get thousands upon thousands of hand-drawn illustrations, some even animated, and all of it fully voice acted.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Just to give you a taste of how much content there is in this game, when installed, this visual novel occupies over 8 GB of space. It's amazing how much effort and care went into creating Slay the Princess.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
However, there is still one disappointing thing about the whole experience. As I mentioned in the beginning, the game proclaims to feature no wrong choices in here, which of course by extension means it also features no right choices. And I know, what does this even mean, right? Well, to put it simply, there is no real exploration akin to what you would see in, for example, Ace Attorney series or Danganronpa. Of course, those two games are linear, while this one is pretty much the opposite of that. So what I mean here is that there are no optional locations to visit, or optional characters to talk to. So you can't really learn more about the princess and thus make better, more informed decisions. No, if you make a choice, you are committing yourself to a route with no option of going back, besides loading the game, that is. Basically, you're just picking options that you like, that's it, that's the whole gameplay. That being said, in reality, rarely do visual novels offer actual exploration, opting instead to limit the game to predefined routes. So Slay the Princess isn't that different in this regard. However, in face of all those choices, it's a bit of a shame that the game doesn't offer ways of turning back or de-escalating the raising tensions, like for example Life is Strange did in its famous roof scene. In other words, I guess I just want more content. My final score, 9 out of 10. A roller coaster ride in visual novel form, Slay the Princess offers a plethora of choices, beautiful graphics, stellar voice acting, and one of the most unique stories ever told. It's a ride you don't want to miss. Thanks for watching!